Welcome to the Cross the Line podcast. I'm back again. I have another special guest. His name is Peake, going by the name of Coach Peake. What's going on, man?
What's going on with you, bro? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Glad to sit down with you. Just starting out, for starters, just tell the people how you came up with your stage name, Coach Peake.
As far as in Union, music scene wise, I've been doing music for a little minute. So a lot of the guys was just like, Pete, you good at putting it together. So Coach Pete, I thought about it, I said, I'm gonna rock with it, and I try to, have a little theme to go with it. Coach Pete put you in the game, you know what I mean?
Right. So how long have you actually been making music?
I want to say I started making music 5th grade. My dad had bought me a computer. It was one of the little HPAC computers with the little mic at the top of it. And I used to beat on the desk, make my own little beats while I rapped into this little mic, and I recorded. And it would be like a one track with the beat on it and everything. And that's how I got started.
I remember last week when we talked to Troop, Salute the Troop, he gave you some high praise. He was saying that as far as like a business mind, like you own it. He said one of the things he mentioned was that you know how to pay attention to streams. Can you kind of go into details of like how do you follow your streams or see where your streams coming from?
See, you just have to basically pay attention to where your music is at. Like when you pay a promoter to promote your music, you have to actually try to follow what they doing. Like, as far as like with Spotify, Apple Music, and I want to say Tidal, the playlist is taking over the game. Like if you on certain playlists, you'll get a certain amount of streams. You just basically got to follow where the crowd is. That's how I'm trying to rock it now. Like, wherever my fans are, like they might be on Spotify at one moment, they might be on Apple Music at one moment. I try to capture wherever they at, whatever playlist they listening to, and I try to holler at the curators that, put the playlist together like, what I got to do to submit my music to.
So you can see what platform that they streaming for. Does it tell you like actually where like they're located? Like
all that.
So
like Spotify actually has an app for that. You can download this app and you can put your artist name in there. You can claim your page, and they'll literally tell you where your music getting played at, how many plays you got the past 7 days, past week, past day. So it's out there. And then also, whoever distributes your music, they should be able to give you a report of, your streams and who's streaming it and, how much you're getting paid for it, of course.
Right. So for you looking at it like with your streams, what do you see as like the best platform to put music on and just for people to grab it?
Right now, man, I want to say YouTube, cause everybody's on YouTube. Let's be real. Let's say you ain't heard a song in a long time, and you can't even think of the song. You'll probably go to YouTube and like just try to type in some of the lyrics to the song just to find the song. Right. So if you really need to get on YouTube and you need to monetize your plays.
Yeah, YouTube is a big platform, but one of the things Troop was saying was like, as far as YouTube, you don't make a lot of money off of it. Yeah, a lot of people go to YouTube just hear songs that they haven't heard in a while, but as far as like making money off of it, would you prefer like using a different platform instead of YouTube?
Now, if you're going straight for the money, you had to go to straight like Tidal and Rhapsody. It's not that many people on Rhapsody, but they still got a little amount of subscribers. So Rhapsody right now, I want to say they pay the most royalties along with Tidal. Cause people say Spotify, right? But Spotify doesn't pay nearly as much as Tidal. Like Spotify pays maybe a quarter cent. That's a quarter of a penny. You know what I'm saying? You have to basically get 10, 20 streams just to get a couple pennies, literally.
Right. So you think streaming is good or bad? Because I remember watching a video with the Locks with Jada, Chic, and Styles P, where they were talking about they getting ready to drop Filthy America, the album, right. And they were saying how they didn't really like streams because you had, like you were saying, you got to get like a certain amount of streams just for like it to equal like one album or something. So do you think streaming is good or bad for music?
Honestly, I'm stuck in the middle because it's pros and cons to stream. But I do feel like streaming kind of saved the music industry because let's say back in the day, you know, a million people buy a copy of an album, that's a million copies sold, right? Mm-hmm. Say a million people got your album saved on, you know, Spotify or a Tidal. They can listen to it so many times. Like, they can listen to it over and over and over and over. You know, once they bought it back in the day, they only bought it one time, that was it. Mm-hmm. You know, they can play it as many times and it don't count towards them. So honestly, streaming has its pros and its cons.
Right. Do you see any other thing that's going to take over besides streaming going forward, or do you think it's just going to be strictly?
I couldn't tell you, man. Technology amazes me, bro. Like, I don't know what's next. Like, with the PlayStation 3s and PlayStation 4s, the Xbox Ones and all that, like, what's next? What the hell are we going to do next?
Right. As far as something else, do you plan on doing any kind of collaboration with Troop? Because he had high praise for you as far as the music and your mind. Do y'all plan on doing any kind of collaboration in the future?
Yeah. I mean, that's my boy. You know, Troop been grinding for a minute. Matter of fact, me and Troop already collaborated before. You know, we collaborated back in high school. So yeah, it's only right we do some music.
I saw an article on something on Band Digital, and they were saying something about at one point in time that you had the record label 300 Entertainment looking at you. How did that come about?
Honestly, I had dropped the 10 Toes Down video, and they just shot me an email just like, hey, you know, we like this video, and we watching you. So, you know, once they sent me the email, you know, I'm constantly writing them like, hey, you know, I need this, I want this deal, about it. They was like, we watching you, you know, just keep grinding, about it. And they never got back to me.
And that was it?
That was it.
Is there any other kind of label that you heard from, or any other kind of?
It was a couple independent record labels that I can't really remember. I want to say one of them was West Side Records, but you know they're more independent, and you know, shout out to them. You know, they doing their thing or whatever, but I felt like that's kind of doing the same thing I'm doing, so I really didn't jump too fast.
Do you feel like it's better to be independent or to sign with some label to kind of help push your music?
Same thing with the screen, man. It's pros and cons to it. I'm stuck in the middle with that too. I used to be on some, I just want a deal. But you know, now that I'm older, I looked at Master P, and I'm like, you know, Master P did a lot of stuff independently, but then he got that deal and did even more stuff. So it's pros and cons to.
I remember watching the biopic with New Edition, and I just remember seeing how they were famed worldwide, just traveling everywhere, making all this money, but then all of a sudden when it's time to come back home, they back to stuck in the hood. It's like they did all this for no reason. So it's like, how do you justify like making sure it's worth it? Like, do you pay attention to the kind of deals? Are you aware of like the deals when you if anything's offered you? Do you kind of pay attention to your deals or whatever?
Yes, you got to, cause it's just like the streets. Like when you hustling, you know what I mean? You gotta pay attention to your product and what you selling and how much you selling. Like if you serious about your paper and you serious about really being stable financially, then you better pay attention to them numbers. Like to justify them, you know, being stuck in the hood by J. From what I'm thinking, they might have didn't read a contract when they got the contract. As soon as you get a contract, you need an entertainment lawyer. I don't care what nobody tell you, like you need an entertainment lawyer off rip. They gotta look at them paperwork and make sure everything is what it say. They gotta look at the underlines under what it's saying, cause they'll say one thing in the contract and then go back and say the same thing and twist like 2 words, and now they got you.
Right.
So you definitely gotta pay attention to your paperwork. It's good deals and it's bad deals. You know, some labels will try to get you as much as they can get out of you, and some labels, you know, they genuine people and they'll really try to work with you.
It almost seemed like when I look at Dolph and like how he's moving independent, it kind of seems like that's the way to go now, because you hear a lot of times how artists are getting jerked with a 360 deal, which I'm not too aware of what a 360 deal is. It just sounds like when I hear people talking about it, they say it's not really a good deal, and then when you see people moving independent, it seems like that's the best way to do, where you have to promote your own and, you know, reap the benefits that way. But do you feel like it's important to kind of have like a solid team around you to push that? How strong does your team have to be if you want to be independent?
You gotta be real strong. You gotta have a team even if you sign. Like, you gotta have a team. You know, honestly, a team is what causes a lot of artists to not get to the next level. Like Jay-Z say, we don't believe you, we need more people. That's real. You need a team because you can't do everything and be everywhere in one place at one time. Now, the internet done made it sort of possible, but you still gotta have a team. You still need somebody to vouch for you. You need somebody to do the work that you can't get to at the moment, and you need somebody to watch your back. I mean, that's point blank period.
Describe the music scene around this area. Do you feel like it's big enough for an artist to pop, or what? How was the scene around here?
Honestly, the scene around here, man, is picking up. And it's decent, sort of. We just gotta get more focus and need a better direction. Like, don't get me wrong, you know, guys around here they working. But see, not just Union County, but South Carolina, you know, we're a post state. So we don't get 10, 15 bands a show. Mm-hmm. You know, we not, you know, living like that with the rap game. Like, you know, a lot of these guys are still in the streets, still working, or they doing both, man. And you know, faith comes into play. If you ain't really got a lot of faith, you're not gonna go as hard as we should.
Do you feel like artists in this area support each other enough? Because like when you look at, like you take Memphis for instance, when you had 3 6 and Gotti, where they had a beef, and then you had Gotti and Dolph for how they fought. Do you feel like it's like a crowd rocks with certain people, or do you feel like the artists have like, do they push each other enough, like support each other enough around here?
Do they support each other enough? No. But do they support each other? Yes. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a handful of artists. I ain't gonna say a handful, it's a little bit more than a handful. Like, they do, you know, share each other's stuff and, you know, kick it with them and, you know, try to get some money with them, like, you know, and just do business with them. It is artists out here supporting other artists. I will say that. But we can use, like, way more artists supporting each other.
So what should they do? Like, post each other music more, or attend events, or what is it to show they support?
Small things like that. Post their stuff, you know, just more reshares. Maybe get other people onto their music. Collab more, you know, just do business more. Like, and we don't have to act like we too good to rock with one another, you know.
Right.
We don't guys think it's lame to approach a nigga and be like, yo, I like your music, man, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't gotta be like that, you know. We ain't gotta be buddy, but still, you know, if everybody got the same goal, you know, we need to really get with the program and try to get one another on.
Do you like to do music locally, or do you kind of like to take your music like elsewhere and perform?
I like to take it elsewhere and perform. Because honestly, I feel like locally, it ain't gonna be too hard for me to get it out locally. Like, that's no problem. You know, a couple clicks here and there, you know, it's all through you.
Right.
But as far as like getting it out like everywhere else, yeah, that's why I love doing it.
What's you remember the first time you ever performed like on stage, like where you were at?
First time performing on stage, 3rd grade PTA program at Buffalo. Miss O'Shields had us do this program, Thanksgiving. Me and my cousin Courtney Rice, he go by Fat Boy Pimp. She really singled us out to do this little rap skit. Like, it was a little singing song. I don't remember the song. All I know is it was like 2 rap parts. He went first, I went second. My first time ever performing on stage.
Nerves?
Bad. Nerves was bad, but I did it, you know, because at the time, you know, I was young, but my favorite rapper was Tupac. All I kept thinking was, you know, Tupac was on stage rapping.
When you listen to other artists, what grabs your attention when you like listen to other artists and like check for them to see how they perform?
Alright, first of all, the flavor, like, can you spit? That's important. Like, I don't care how guys be trying to justify it now. Can you spit is very important to me. Like, can you rap? If you can rap, yeah, you got me. Boom. Your voice, like, is your voice believable? Like, do you sound believable on the track? And also, like, how they rap. You know, is the flow tight? Like, is your flow tight? Like, You got this little stick flow, or can you just ride the beat real good and switch it up real good and stuff like that? A lot of that plays a big part in what I pay attention to rap.
So, anybody in particular like that you ever thought about working with in the future?
Honestly,
or like a dream collaboration?
Like Drake, Kevin Gates, Yo Gotti. Dang, what's that chick name? I want to say her name. Kalani out there in Oakland. I want to say that's her name. She fire. No, my bad. Her name Kamal. Yeah, she fire. And some legendary rappers, man, like BG Knockout. You know, BG Knockout. He was on the Easy E track when they dissed Dr. Dre. But Drake, they only made Easy Pay. They, you know what I'm saying? BG Knockout, and I want to say, I mean, if he still rapping, MC8.
MC8.
Yeah.
So who are those? Your idols, or who would you say your idols in hip hop?
Nah, my idols is Tupac. Like Tupac was that guy to me. Like, and close second is Master Peake, cause he really got it out of the mud, literally. Like, you know, and had labels coming to him. You know,
right.
And he was one of the first ones to do it like that. You know, everybody else had deals, and you know what I mean. Master P really was selling raps out his trunk. You know, was really doing what independent artists do.
Right. Do you feel like today's music is more about skills, or is it kind of like just popularity nowadays?
It's about the skill of the beat maker. That's what it's about. The beat. It's about that beat and how you do it with that beat. Like, can you rap good on it? Can you put a good hook on it? Can you go along with the beat to where it just sound like one masterpiece? Like, I just feel like it's the skill of the beat.
If you had if you met a stranger and you had one record that you had to play that was yours, what would that record be that you would let them listen to?
Switched Up, my Switched Up record. Just cause it's kind of fun and energetic and it's not too serious, but I didn't do too, you know, I ain't dumbing down too much on it. I still try to spit a little bit on it.
Right. Now it was a post that you had put out a while back. I remember seeing it, and I'm kind of paraphrasing a little bit, but it was something around you realized that you might not make it in music, but you just hope that people grab your music and listen to it. And I seen Dominique and some other people post, and they were telling you not to put that negative energy out there. What made you feel like you might not, you know, get to that next level?
Honestly, man, personally, I do, you know, I try with the music, but I be having so much other stuff going on. I know I can do way more for my music than I'm doing now. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got a little fan base, you know, don't get me wrong, I got a couple of things going on with music, but it's way more I could be doing with the music. But I'm so busy trying to do other stuff that I'm really hindering myself. And just the fact that, you know, it's a 1 in a million shot. 1 in a billion, really. We got, 6-7 billion people on this earth? You know, everybody can't be a top rapper. Like, it's only a top 50, a top 100, top 200. And, you know, and 1 million people rap.
But what do you feel like you need to do? Because the streams that you have on SoundCloud, you have over 1,000 hits on SoundCloud. What do you feel like you need to do personally to increase your for more people to notice you?
It's gonna sound crazy, but honestly, you have to really go all the way in. Mm-hmm. My homeboy once told me, you can't serve more than one master. You can't serve more than one master. So don't get me wrong, if I was to just drop everything I got going on, you know what I mean, and just straight rap and put everything into rap like I should, I probably been on. But, you know, it just, you know, when life hits you and you got real life situations going on, it's kind of hard to just, you know.
Right. Like I know, like yesterday when we talked, you you were in class, you get ready to go to class, and then you went to the studio. Do you feel like school in a way is kind of helping you with your music, or what do you feel like?
Yeah, I feel like school is helping me. Cause I get to network with other students, and they be doing music too. And you know, the degree will get me certain jobs, and it might get me into the door of the music industry. It might not be necessarily the artist, but I get in through the back door and be like, you know, I can be possibly a radio host, personality, program director. I might work exclusively with a record label, do like some radio promotion for them, or even some, you know, some PR firm work, you know.
Do you feel like if music doesn't go where you want it to, which you shouldn't even put that energy out there. That's one thing that,
yeah, you're right.
Like the post that when you put it out there, I read it and I was like, man, you really don't need to put that kind of energy out there, because if you feel like it's not gonna take off, then who else is gonna really believe it? But one of the things about it, like without music, do you feel like you want to be like more behind the scenes or helping other artists, or what would you be doing if you don't do your music?
Basically like some Dr. Dre type tip. Running the record label, sort of like, also producing, and every now and then, you know, throw a little feature out there. Mm-hmm. You know, basically just some Dr. Dre.
Do you feel like what do other artists, like people who make music, I know they come to you because they see how far you've come, the streams that you have. What kind of things do they try to take away from you, like when they come ask you questions, pick your brain about the music business?
Just really just try to ask me like exactly what's going on, you know, exactly who they need to talk to, mm-hmm. exactly where they need to put their music, and the problem is, it's different strokes for different folks. Everybody's not gonna have the same outcome. Everybody can't use the same plan, because everybody don't make the same music. Everybody ain't got the same voice. Everybody ain't got the same swag. You know, people like what they like, and they don't like what they don't like.
Right. So how many projects do you have out right now? Because I know I seen the Playbook was one of them, and Dirt Road Dreams.
Man, honestly, I gotta count myself. Alright, let's start. I got the Best Believer project. That's when I was still that with P. I got the Player music. Alright. Got the Dirt Road Dreams. Mm-hmm. Playbook. Halftime EP. Got the Catch and Plays mixtape with DJ Campaign and Empire DJs. And I got Dirt Road Dreams too, so that's 7. I got 7 projects
out. And the Playbook was that was the one that 300 looked at?
They didn't look at a mixtape. They looked at my video for 10 Toes Down.
Okay.
Yeah, 10 and shot the video.
So what do you think you need to do to kind of grab their attention? Do you need to kind of keep pushing, banging on the door, reaching out to them, or
just gotta sell records, man? Just gotta sell records. Well, hell, in this generation, get streams. I just gotta get bigger. Like they only go rock with you if you just so big that they know. Yeah, we signed him. We gonna automatically get a return.
I know you said you gotta have a team, like a solid team around you to push it. You feel like you have the right team helping you push it, or?
Nah, not necessarily. Cause honestly, I feel like I necessarily don't have a team right now. Mm-hmm. Don't get me wrong, I got supporters. Right. I got people I'm cool with, but as far as like a team that's like really pushing the Coach Peake agenda, I really ain't got no team like that. Like I just got the people that I hire. Like I got the DJs that I hire to push a single when I drop. I got the publicists, you know, that I hire on project basis. You know, but as far as like people like this, my team exclusively for Coach Peake. I necessarily got no team, bro.
What's the farthest that you went to like perform, like go out somewhere?
As far as Atlanta.
Atlanta's supposed to be like a good scene. I know Troop was talking about, he performed at I want to say, I can't remember the name of it. I want to say Apache. I want to say the wrong thing, but I know he's been out there in a couple of events where he performed at. He said that'd be a good look. You ever thought about trying to jump into some of those events where I think he's like puts on, performs, and there's like a little freestyle anything? You ever think about doing some of those the things he did? Reach out to him, ask him what kind of events he went, or South by Southwest.
Definitely been thinking about doing them. Cause everybody be at South by Southwest, and there's a lot of potential new fans down there. There's a lot of A&Rs and record label executives that be down there. So yeah, definitely been thinking about that. I be seeing the moves that Troop be making, and I do be thinking about like, yeah, man, I might need to check that out. Cause actually me and Troop performed at a, I want to say a Chuck T showcase down in Columbia. There's a little club down in Columbia, downtown. And yeah, we both performed that night. I performed my 10 Toes Down record that night, matter of fact.
Do you feel like you need to, in order to blow up, that you need to leave South Carolina though, or do you think you can still stay here? Because it was actually a female artist that I think she got a deal a couple weeks ago with Quality Control. But do you feel like in order to take off that you have to leave South Carolina, or can you still make it here?
To get the music out and blow up like that, nah. I can sit in Union County in my room, and if I spend the right amount of money with the right people, my music / video will get so far that it just grow organically. If it's hot enough, and if it's like viral potential. But of course, to do the shows and the appearances, yeah, I had to leave to do them. Go to New York to do the graphic clubs and promo runs and stuff. Yeah.
How many hours do you actually put in? Kind of going back to when we talking about school a little bit. When you get ready to go to class and then you went to the studio. How many hours a week do you put in to like actually spend time in the studio and working on your craft?
Not enough. I ain't gonna lie. Not enough like I used to. I say I go to the studio like 3 times out the week. I should have been there every day, but lately I only be going 3 times out the week. But I honestly make a beat every day of the week.
Every day of the week?
Yeah, I make a beat every day of the week.
What's the biggest sacrifice you think you had to make so far in your career?
Time.
Like,
I could be doing other things. There's been times I done missed family time because I done got a show. It's been times I done went to jail after a show. Man, time is the biggest sacrifice. There's other things you can be doing, but you believe in this, so you doing this.
You got to be careful with getting in trouble, getting locked up, because sometimes that can, in the long run, hinder you from actually making money or whatever. Do you try to keep your circle tight knit to where it's none of those kind of distractions around you?
Yes, sir. Try to keep it tight knit. That way, I won't stay in no mess. Cause the bigger your circle, the more mess you stay in. When you hear about a lot of these artists and they always into something, a lot of times they always got a big entourage. You always see them with a big group of guys and everybody just thugged out. That's cool. You got gangsters on your team, but it's a time and place for everything. And you can't be tight with everybody. It just ain't gonna work. Everybody can't be your ace boom coon best friend. It just ain't gonna work like that. But you can be cool with people. But you gotta know how to separate friends and business.
How important is it, like with your crew, not to have like yes men around you, like who agree to everything you say because they don't want to get cut off?
It's very important because the real. They can say a yes man can tell you one thing and you go out here and you look stupid. Don't get me wrong, you ain't gotta take every advice, but I say try to keep people that'll tell you if they don't like something and why they don't like something. See, the why is more important than the answer. You know what I'm saying? Like, explain your answer. What the teacher used to say, in school. Explain your answer. That's important, man. You take pieces and you take what other people say. You just listen, and then you listen to the track or project, whatever they say they like or didn't like, and you can really kind of put it together.
Who's that one person that can check you, like if you get out of line or say hey, you tripping? Who's that one person to come to you to check you and let you know?
My granddad.
Mm-hmm.
My grandfather named Peake too. And you know, and he don't even fuss. You know, he don't get loud. He just be like real mellow with it. Like Sean, you know better than that. He give me that look. You know what I mean? Yeah, I just be like, man.
Couple more questions. Best artist in the game right now.
I say Drake, man.
Drake.
You know, and it's
It
crazy.
can be more than one. You can give me a top 3, 5. How many?
I'm gonna try to give you a top 5. The best in the game right now. I say Drake, Kendrick. We just rap. Can it be R&B too?
It can be any of.
If R&B come into play, Rihanna, Chris Brown, and I don't know who I want to get that fifth spot to, but all I know is, like I said, Drake, Kendrick, Rihanna, Chris Brown. You know what? Since he's from North Carolina, Cole. I get Cole.
I like Cole. We gotta put Sean on the list, man.
Big Sean.
Sean.
Hey, Sean don't. He don't.
Who is an artist that's right now may not be as big right now, but that you think will take off like in the next year or so, like mainstream?
God, I was just listening to him. I want to say, I don't know if it's Lil Donald. I want to say Lil Donald from the A. He got a song called, excuse my language, but this is the name of the song, F That Little Nigga. I want to say he the one that got that song, and that song dope, and I feel like that's going to blow up.
He's from Atlanta?
I think he's from Atlanta, man. I seen him on the ATL Top 20 page, but I don't know if he's really from Atlanta, but if he is, you know, my bad.
Yeah. I seen somebody, seen a guy, he was out on LA Lakers, from South Carolina. I think his name Nick Grant.
Yeah, Nick Grant dope, man. Nick Grant dope.
I gotta
shout out Nick Grant.
I listened to, it's another guy I listened to, actually he was on, went to Cassie 6ix9ine was on The Breakfast Club, which when I looked at that interview, I was like, I don't like a lot of the stuff he was saying. It was like, some bad gonna come his way, whatever. I hope not. One of the artists I did give him credit for was the guy, I want to say Lil Sky. He had some dope projects that I heard. Like a lot of his songs I heard, they were kind of dope. One more topic, real quick. For you, what's the criteria for a classic album?
Really, it's about how the album makes you feel. Like if you can play an album and the whole time that album playing, you can just remember a feeling you got at a certain period in your life. That's a classic album. A classic album is something that, first of all, it's a dope album. The rapper can rap, you know, dope bars, but also, you know, not too lyrical to where you gotta sit there and decipher everything. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It rides. It makes sense. It's just well put together from the artwork to the music, man. And like I say, man, that feeling, man, you listen to the album and you can just reflect back to a time period.
What's that classic album that you like to listen to?
I got a couple on Machiavelli 7 Day Theory. That's one on. Be Ready to Die, of course. That's another. Mm-hmm. Jeezy's Motivation 101. 5. I like the Game documentary. 5. 50 Cent Get Rich or Die Trying. And it's a couple more projects I can't think. Oh, Dr. Dre, Detox 2001. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was dope.
I know I listened to some of your songs, man. It seemed like you kind of influenced a lot by like somebody kind of got like a West Coast feel. Some of your songs. So I can see why you said Tupac was one of your favorite artists, or like you mentioned Dr. Dre songs, because some of those songs that you have kind of have like a West Coast feel. Yeah. But something else real quick. Who to you is the GOAT in rap?
Of course, I'm gonna say Tupac. That's my favorite. Just off the script that he died. You know, of course, people say if he didn't die, he wouldn't be as big, which is true. That's true. But, you know, he died, and him dying left such a big impact. Like, it's 2018, and we Tupac movie just came out. The little documentary still, you know, still.
To me, the movie was trash.
Yeah, the movie trash. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying, just the fact that they still talking about Tupac, man. You know, his impact on the game.
Go ahead.
My bad.
I'll tell you what I thought about the movie. Go ahead.
He had solid music. He had good messages. But he was just crazy enough that, you know, he brought that thug about you. Like, don't get me wrong, you know, you not happy 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
You can be a good guy, but you not happy 24/7. You know, you might have your days, you feel like a good citizen, you know what I'm saying, looking out for people, but then you have your days, man, you about ready to bust somebody up. You know, and Tupac that was that guy, man.
Well, the thing see, for me, I really didn't know a whole lot about Tupac. So when I went and watched the movie, to me, it just felt all over the place because it's like one minute he wanted to be in the streets, and one minute he wanted to be there and look out for his people, and then it's just like, it just felt all over the place to me just looking at it from the outside because I didn't know a whole lot about Pac, which Pac is a dope artist, but it was just, to me, it just didn't seem like it was well put together. It felt like they kind of rushed the process and kind of, instead of telling like, okay, how he got with certain people to how he got his certain deals. To me, just the whole thing was just kind of rushed when I look at the movie.
See, man, I seen the movie myself, but you know, like I said, I'm a Tupac fan, so I already knew like whatever they was talking about. I already knew that. And I did a lot of reading on Pac. I watched all the documentaries, all the clips, his interviews. You know, I listened to a lot of his music. Like, you know, the way they did the movie, they did it just to make it make sense as far as movie wise. You know, they try to make it a story. You know, that's just how Hollywood do. You know, they take a artist or a celebrity, any celebrity, they take their life and they might alter the events just to make it make sense for the movie.
But I'm kind of now more in line of like I want to see them like how they did New Edition, where they stretch it out over like 3 days or whatever, because it's hard to cram somebody's life into 2 hours. Like I would rather see them kind of break it down into like three separate nights or whatever, so that way you can get more into it instead of just trying to cram everything into 2 hours. That's how I am. Do you feel like you have to in some way, unfortunately, die to like be immortalized as like a legend? Do you think Pac would have been as big if him or Big would have been as big if they wouldn't have, you know, been killed?
I don't think they would have been as big, but they would have been big, of course. I mean, I would hope they would have been as big, you know, because you got to think about guys who was popping then, like Ice Cube, you know, Dre. You know, Craig Mack, RP Craig Mack, you know, like, you know, you can't really tell then. So, of course, you know, him dying is what really made him pop, like, as far as, like, huge, you know, the whole world influenced by this guy. But
you feel like you gotta have a certain amount of a catalog to be put up there as one of the best?
Yeah.
Because like when I was talking to Troop, one of the same things I said was, you know, Big only had 2 albums, but some people call him the GOAT. So do you feel like it's like a certain...
I mean, yeah, you gotta at least, I mean, you gotta have hit records. You gotta have a couple albums like that. That's you only as good as your last project. You know what I'm saying? So if you a one-hit wonder, all they go remember is, yeah, it was hot for that one song. Now, if you got hits, you got 10, 15 hits, a couple, like 2, 3 albums, and they done went platinum and diamond and stuff, yeah, that counts.
Right. Do you think, regardless of album sales, do you think you can still be one of the best artists? Because, like, some people might define your success as how many albums you sell. Do you think there should be something that defines an artist? Album sale?
I mean, the correct answer should be no, but I mean, realistically speaking, the only way you can tell if people liking your stuff is if they playing it.
Right.
If the numbers of plays, like if people, like, you can say people like your song, all right, but who's listening to it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if people like your song, they listen to it. So,
but you can be considered like for like in this area, you might say some people just like down south legend, but they might not really pop like that up north or on the west coast. Like some people, it's like certain areas might gravitate towards your music more than certain areas. So like, how do you think? Trying to figure out how to word. How do you think that goes into your your legacy, as far as like globally, like worldwide or whatever?
I really don't know, man. It's about how you do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's really just about how you do it. I don't really know how to answer that. You know what I mean? It's different strokes for different folks, man.
Right. Because like, for instance, Big was, one of the best to do the best,
Right.
or one of the best, or whatever. But because of the West Coast beef, I don't know if they really like roll to his music like that, or they like his music popped over there because of that beef. So do you think, how does that hinder an artist like in certain areas?
You become a liability. If a club promoter feel like he can't bring you to his club because you might die when you get there, you're a liability. They might cancel your show if they already booked you. You might keep the half up front or whatever, but you could have got the end when you got there. It's just like just like in the streets. You're not gonna necessarily hang with a guy. Everybody just out to get him. You know what I mean? Like with Tekashi 6ix9ine, people can say whatever, but he kind of hindering himself with all that beef. It become a liability. Nobody don't want to see him get killed on their hands.
Right.
They might want to see something go down, but not on their hands. Like,
because from what I haven't really heard a lot of his music, but I see that he's like one of the big artists out right now. But some of the stuff, it seems like he's bringing on to himself because of how he putting on. Do you try to kind of like stay more laid back instead of kind of putting on this persona as like you just really trying to fight everybody and everything like that?
I prefer to be laid back, cause that's really just me. I don't want no super gangster or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't even put on like that. You know what I mean? I'm just me.
All right. One last question. What's the ultimate goal for Coach Peake? What do you want to see yourself?
I just want to see myself successful, doing what I love to do and get paid for it. Like, honestly, it's just, cold turkey. Like that. Like, I just want to be successful doing what I love to do.
All right.
Music.
I appreciate it, man. Good to talk to you. Before we get out of here, do you want to give out your social media, tell people where to find you and your music?
People can find me on Twitter, Peake Aces4. They can find me on Instagram, Peake Aces4. They can find me on Facebook on Coach Peake, artist page Coach Peake. And I'm also on Spinrilla, live mixtapes, my mixtapes, Tidal, Apple Music, Spotify, all that.
All right.
And just simply Google me, Coach Peake.
All right. I appreciate it, man. Good talking to you.
Good talking to you.
We'll definitely do it again. To everybody listening to this podcast, thank you for tuning in. Until next time, keep chasing dreams. Thank you. Twisting my own words. This is the Cross the Line Podcast. Till next time, keep chasing dreams. Be blessed. Thank you.